a live talking about today's supermoon, and so give me a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set this video up and kind of give it a second so some people can find us. But I want to do a little bit of kind of just an energy forecast talking about tonight's pink moon and how we can be using this energy to kind of bring some more balance and alignment into our lives. So give me a moment to kind of pull up this feed, get set up. I'm going to be doing cards as well, but I kind of want to do something a little bit different today. I want to really focus on manifestation with this moon. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an energy report, and I want to talk about some kind of good news with the collective. Give me a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to share it. Right. I've noticed I have been doing lives on YouTube, and it takes a while for these live YouTube videos to load. So a lot of people keep telling me the video isn't loading or whatever. For me, it's taken hours like after a live, but they do load. All right, give me a moment to share this out. We're going to go ahead and talk supermoon energies and how we can be using this on our own individual path. I'm still going to share it out so maybe some people can find it while it is live. But like I said, it can take a little bit for these videos to load. I'm going to be doing Dragon Oracle cards today. So if you want one, just go ahead and drop a comment, literally. Oops, hold on. All right, if you're on here, take a second, maybe share this out too. I am always trying to get this content out, and you guys can help more than you know in just sharing stuff out. You never know who's going to kind of run into it, right? Resonate with it. Let's see. I'm about to get started. All right, so I just shared it out. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things kind of happening on the planet, but I don't want to talk really about the collective. I think this is an area we need to kind of get away from right now. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about energies and how we can be kind of using this energy shift to come back into, we'll say, more harmony and balance right now. So we have a super moon tonight. A lot of you guys are already feeling these energies. I think that we've been having a lot of super moon influence, right? This will be number 3 of 4 super moons in a row. In fact, 3 full super moons. So there's been some powerful energy. I like to refer to it that we're in a super moon season right now. And I think we can see how powerful these energies are, right? It's everything I'm always trying to convey, that these energies are powerful, whether they're coming from the moon or the sun or galactic energies. They're really playing a part in this expansion of consciousness and spiritual awakening. And that is what is really happening on this planet. It is a spiritual awakening, right? A planetary ascension. So a lot of people are still kind of trying to assess what's going on in the world, right? What's going on? I feel like we're kind of making these shifts. We don't really know where we're headed. And that is okay. Just know that this is literally a spiritual awakening, and that there are people learning at all different levels that need all different lessons here. In fact, there are billions of people living on this planet, and we need to kind of learn how to relax and just know that, you know, we're getting whatever lessons we need on our individual path. I think that there is a danger in some of our programming where we've been taught to view reality like it's one experience that we're having, and not that maybe we each have our own reality in our own entire universe, right, in our own mind that projects into a real one. And a lot of people are kind of like trying to convince others to see their reality or how they're seeing things, and we need to really realize that maybe things work differently where I live in my universe than yours. And so if people are having problems with, you know, trying to show people their perspective, that may be why. We're not here to, you know, give people information or to have them seeing our perspective. In fact, I think we're going to kind of get back to a place where we're realizing that consciousness is vast and we all have our own universe, and things might work differently in mine than with yours, right? So we do have many different timelines that are playing out right now in one place. That doesn't mean that, you know, I'm going to be experiencing something just because it's on the news or that we're seeing seeing it over here. And in fact, we're more in control of our individual reality than we've been led to believe. The mind is a powerful thing. Whatever we're focusing on, thinking about, we probably can manifest, especially with some of these, we'll say, amplified energies like a super moon or a full moon and things like that. This is powerful energy for manifesting. I'm still learning too. I think that we need to see that too, that everyone is here in our school and learning and a student on this journey as well. So I'm still learning too, but I am very much into the things I try to talk about on video because they've really changed my life. And I've been doing a lot of learning about, we'll say, like astrological kind of things, earth energies, like ley line energies, and using these energies, for the things that I'm into, like healing and manifestation. And these are powerful energies. So, it's a really powerful kind of power source when we have all of this lunar energy coming onto the planet. It also is stirring up whatever lies within. I think we've been seeing an increase of that especially since 2012, when the energy started to increase. We're seeing kind of an increase of things not of the light being kind of brought out, whether it's on an individual level or collective level. And so, we're going to continue to experience, as we're going up in frequency, these purge like effects, whether it's happening on an individual level where people are just feeling like achy, tired, ascension kind of symptoms, needing a minute, right? Needing more rest, things like that, or a collective level where we see a lot of kind of, we'll say, things happening and things continuing to unfold. And we're going to continue to see this experience that we're all very much a part of evolve as these frequencies kind of continue to go up as well. This is meant to be a spiritual journey where we're, headed back to the light, to our source, to our divine connection. These frequencies are going up, maybe sometimes the process doesn't feel good, but they're going to take us to a really beautiful place that a lot of us are even having a hard time kind of grasping as we're here at this place and going through this transition. But as the frequencies are going up, it's doing a lot because these people are going through these internal shifts, and it's being reflected in the external. The more internal work that we're doing, the more it is, we'll say, affecting all of consciousness. We could see that there's been a lot of, we'll say, negative energies and things going on in the world, and I think a lot of people could kind of feel the frequencies and how it's affecting things with the collective. And a lot of people came together, including my groups, on the 4-4 porthole the other day, and we could see that the Schumann resonance went up to, I believe, 78 hertz that day. And, that's something I already am well aware of because I do a lot of these kind of things myself. And when we can come together for anything, whether it's videos, meditation, groups of spiritual learning, we are affecting all of consciousness. And we're literally helping to elevate and expand all of consciousness. So we can see how powerful we actually are, especially when we come together, literally. So we can see that, the frequencies are probably starting to feel a lot better. This supermoon today, the pink supermoon, right? This pink moon today is really a good energy because it's going to bring balance to people. This is all about inner harmony, inner peace. If the outer world is chaotic, assess, is that your reality or a reality you're being shown, right? Because I think that we kind of have this disconnect between what's being shown to us via, the media and news kind of things and what we're actually seeing in our, world as well. I've had a lot of things shifting and changing in my life, right? Due to some of these shutdowns. I call it what was I calling it? Medical martial law. There is a medical martial law in certain areas, right? That's what we can call it. And so I think it's kind of stirring up a lot of the collective, especially since we're here doing this healing journey and we're meant to heal these things from some of our past experiences. And so it's kind of stirring a lot within as people are kind of seeing some of the things that are happening and maybe not having, an awareness of really what's going on. I like to tell people that some people might not know what's going on anyways. And so we're all kind of trying to navigate this experience, but very positive things have come out of some of these things where people are figuring out that if we could meditate, then we could probably really help with this awakening and kind of move it along faster. And I know that we're not always coming together in groups, but you guys are meant to be doing this on an individual level as well. And this is the work that we chose to do as light workers, that forget the rest of the world. You guys came here to expand your own consciousness and to work on yourself. And if you can elevate yourself spiritually, it's going to have an impact on the entire collective. So for a long time, people try to change the outer reality with probably not very much success. And the way that we can really transform the entire collective is through doing this inner spiritual work. And so, you know, there is a calling for healing on this planet, and a lot of people are kind of tuning into that and maybe figuring it out. And I always say, first we're healing ourselves, right? First we're healing ourselves, and we're going through this huge process. I know with these energies coming in from, we'll just say the past couple of days, I've been kind of off grid. What else is new? And I've been going through a lot of, we'll say, third eye expansion. And so as we're having the outer travel, like airplanes shut down, and we're being told to stay at home, and I'm sure these quarantines will last a lot longer than people are aware at this time. That's just me. And I just want to say I'm not being negative, because I had people be like, your video's negative, I'm not watching it anymore. But I think we need to kind of discuss things going on, or how can we bring them out and kind of heal them as well, right? So I was being told it must be me. Are we not noticing the outer reality? But if I mention it, I must be negative, right? As things, we're going through Aries season and things are burning down literally. But hey, you know, I'm not allowed to point it out. I'll try not to. So we see a lot of people are experiencing right now a lot of, we'll say, turmoil, kind of losing a lot of things, especially in the material dimensions right now. And a lot of people are worried and stressed out. So now is the time to be compassionate to everyone, right? So I see a lot of this kind of spiritual truth being passed around, and it's missing kind of some key components like love, compassion, right? It's very important that we are being nice to everyone. I think everyone's kind of struggling as we're going through some of these dynamics in different ways. It could be bringing up different things for other people. Maybe some people are out of work or at home or having extra kind of things, or just worried and things like that. And that's all normal, because this is a supermoon energy. Like I said, we're going through a supermoon season, and it's going to stir up things within. And this is healing, though, on every level. So it might be pulling out things for different people. That is part of the healing that we're experiencing as well. I swear. All right, let me see. So we have this pink moon. It's really powerful for manifesting, bringing you into better alignment. If you guys are feeling chaotic, like I said, time to meditate, time to work on that inner peace. Literally, I'm just trying to think if I forgot anything, right? Let's see. So we're going through some powerful healing, a powerful transformation. Please don't let, if people are in fear or worry, because I have seen every conspiracy theory ever, right? And I also run lots of really big groups and things like that. So I'm always a proven post all day and things like that. So I see a lot of the things that are going around, and there's a lot of fear and things like that. And we need to understand that this is not anything that people are doing. This is the awakening. Literally, these energies are powerful. They're going to shake up the core of this entire planet and us too, and that is okay. This is a divine process. It is not negative in any type of way. We've come too far for that. And this is the most powerful life that we will ever experience now that we're awakening and working on healing these things. So this is very divine. Like I said, sometimes it doesn't always feel like that, because we're getting rewired on every level. Our third eye, our nervous system. Right now we're going through a lot of astral body upgrades, and just like I said, the outer realities being closed, such as travel, airplanes. But guess what? It's encouraging us to go within. And especially with some of these energy shifts, we're going through a huge third eye activation. Keep working on your third eye. That is very much connected to your astral body, and a lot of you guys are realizing that as you're doing this inner work and working on your third eye, you're able to travel in other ways to your inner worlds. You're able to astral travel, lucid dream, right? Things like that, meditate, and kind of have profound experiences in that way. So in a lot of ways, this kind of, we'll call it shutdown, quarantine, is encouraging us to go within to our inner worlds more, to spend more time recharging, resting, bringing balance to our own energy. That's how we're going to help bring more balance to the collective as well. If we can kind of go within and work on our own energy, it will really help with this process. So for sure, this is a really good energy. It's going to bring some kind of balance to this. We're almost, I know we're kind of like halfway through Aries season right now, so we're going to continue. A lot of people are kind of what I call in the fire. But like I said, these are light body upgrades going on. That's how I think of the fire, right? People think of like you know, the negative stuff. It's more like, you know, your energetic body is, you're being purified. And these energies are doing a lot to different people. So just kind of flow with it, just kind of see where you're at, but try to really shift your vibration upward today, because we are shifting. I describe it from how I see it anyway, is that we kind of went through this 4-4 gateway or porthole, and some of these gateways are really, really powerful, as we know, because you know, we're using them for our ascension in a lot of different ways. And so we have, I don't know when Easter is, I always forget. I think it's like this weekend. I forget. But anyways, we went through this 4-4 porthole, and it kind of puts us through a rainbow bridge kind of gateway, and it leads us to Easter, whenever that is. I forget. I'm not that religious, right? So we're kind of going through this. We went through this 4-4 gateway, and there's kind of a rainbow bridge that we're going on, and it is a bridge that will take us to a higher state of consciousness. So this is meant to be a really good time of year. The focus this week is on relationships, love, sex, finances, right? Things like that. But no, we're meant to be focused on our relationships now as well. If anyone has had a hard time with their love life or relationships, or just things blocking them, or things they need to work on healing, because sometimes we're, you know, projecting our own issues into our relationships, this is a really good time to work on any like love related issues, maybe just coming and connecting more during these energies as well. I think that we're learning how to connect on deeper issues. I know that we have a lot of healing work to do, and a lot of inner child healing work, and we also have a lot of heart chakra work to do, so this kind of fits the theme this week, right? And we have this pink moon, and pink is a kind of symbol in healing for universal love, right? And good things, and healing, and right, and like abundance, and like good healing things, especially with the heart chakra and things like that. So this is going to bring some really good healing energy, both for the masculine and the feminine, which are kind of working on different things right now. But very powerful healing, especially when it comes to relationships. I always tell people that it doesn't matter where you're at. Let's talk about your love life real fast. Let's talk about anyone's love life real fast. And if you guys don't have a relationship or a love life, you're probably working on yourself, so that, you know, once you master your own energy and your own self, you're kind of meant to come into balance with another. It's kind of like how the universe works, I guess we could say. So a lot of you guys are kind of on this deep healing journey, and that's kind of like where it's going to lead. And people are always like, no way. But we can expect a lot of plot twists with our own story, also with the collective. This is my favorite time of year. I've been waiting for it to warm up for a while here, and it's actually my favorite time of year. So we're going to go into some really nice energies, as we're also wrapping this month up and leaving Aries, which is like the warrior archetype, right? Right, burn the world down, warrior archetype. So we do have more people that are irritable, maybe angry, frustrated. A lot of that is getting projected at these systems and things like that. And I think we need to kind of see things from a higher perspective as they're unfolding, that, you know, some people are getting different lessons, and sometimes people need this as part of their awakening. So just to kind of leave the collective where it's at, and to kind of go more inward and focus on where you're at in your journey, right? We've been giving away our power for far too long by blaming like the government, like they really have a lot of power and control in our lives, or, you know, outside sources, whatever it is, playing the victim. And it's time that we really fully step into our power and see that it's always been us and the things that we're thinking about that have blocked our path, because the universe is always just responding to whatever we're putting out, whatever we're thinking about, right? The story we're writing, actually. So we can really learn how to master things by stepping fully into our power, and, you know, really putting out good things. Now, just to wrap this up before I do cards, sorry, I know it's like a few videos coming. I'm kind of being censored a little bit, but it's okay. To wrap things up, it's really, I've mastered manifesting things and bringing them into my life pretty good, okay? You know, just on my own path, and if there's something I need or I'm working on, right? Or getting creative and kind of, you know, living kind of a different kind of life, like a fifth dimensional life. But I am kind of just learning how we can come together and, we'll say, manifest a new collective, right? That's what we need to be doing with these energy shifts right now, like how everyone's coming together to meditate. We also need to really, you know, just start to think about what do we think a brand new collective would look like? And remember, we're evolving into being spiritual beings, so this old system was serving us as we were focused on the material, we'll say a lot of humanity was focused on the material and things like that, and kind of like a different kind of path. But now, as we're kind of shedding layers and shifting back to the spiritual, I always kind of picture it that we're headed to a like new civilization. We'll say civilizations where are geared much towards the spiritual. It kind of when I look at it, I just kind of reminds me of Lemuria, where there's places of learning and everyone would be on this spiritual quest. Very galactic, because I've, learned in places in, we'll say, other star systems that were very like that, where knowledge was definitely not hidden. It was actually encouraged to uplift the entire, we'll say, collective there in these places, that we could really elevate very high together. And that, there would be groups of coming together like we're doing now, of just learning, talking spiritual, focusing on the spiritual, focusing on, relationships, love, these kind of things, where we're kind of headed back to. And I see a lot of focus on the old right now. And, like I said, there are billions of people on this planet, with each one with their own reality. And I think you guys have seen some of your own past and the worlds that you've created, and maybe they didn't serve you, right? And what happens? They fall in, and you kind of transition into something new. And I think a lot of people are going through that. But for the people that are feeling really good about this, or at a good place, perfect. You guys are needed now. A lot of you guys are manifestors, and you have powerful abilities, and we're just kind of getting back to, like I said, how powerful the third eye and the mind is, right? After a really long time, and also a lot of imbalance. We can see that in the collective with some of the kind of things going on. But it's really important that we are daydreaming about what that would look like to us. I've always done this mission with the same kind of end goal in mind, that everyone can be healthy and happy at the least on this planet. I'm a big advocate of having, I think that the collective is going to heal now that we're in this space. And it's uncertain for a lot of people, but what is certain is that all the garbage has been shut down, right? And so there's a lot of healing that's going to take place for the earth. And as we're inside more and resting more, we can really heal a lot faster as a collective. So I can see this space is going to be very healing for a lot of people, as well as the planet. But we know that just as we healed, the earth will heal, and that there will be a brand new planet where, we're kind of talking about like completely anew again, and things like that. So I think it's really important that we're focusing on a new collective future as well. I do see a lot of positive things to me going on that would kind of indicate to me that there are massive things going on this planet. And I'm not talking negative things or political things, but things that we couldn't even grasp, because things with consciousness are like so complex and vast that we couldn't even grasp from our human experience here. Just kind of like a new upgrade, a new reality coming, being manifested, all of our hopes and dreams and inspirations finally growing into this new earth, this new collective. And we're really at the beginning phases of this ascension still. And I know a lot of people are like, wait a minute, I've been on this spiritual path my whole life. But we do have a few years ahead of us as we're navigating these new higher frequency energies. And a lot of what's happening, and the way I see it, is a lot of these energies are coming in the planet, and they will tear down anything not serving either us on an individual level or the collective, anything negative, anything not for our good, anything harming humanity. It's on the way out the door, and it's already being like stripped away. And it can feel like things are getting worse in the world for a lot of people, but they're not. We're seeing past the veil more and more. Once you open your third eye, you begin to like just see things like, and these are other worlds, seeing past the veil, right? And into other dimensions, things like that. So we are seeing more and more of what's going on. Believe it or not, things should be getting better and better in your life. As we're getting more and more positive and working on our energy and going up in frequency, naturally things should be getting better and better. All right, my moon rant. So it's powerful time for manifestation. If you guys have manifestations, you can literally, like, I have a post on my Facebook page. You can go ahead and just write it on there, write it on the video, and us coming together and focusing on these manifestations now will really help them, I swear, right? And that is one of my super abilities. I know, I swear it sounds really weird, but I'm an energy worker, and I'm a healer first off, but I'm also a manifestor, right? It's what I'm supposed to be good at. And I'm still learning how to do that too, but I can tell you this stuff works literally, especially with the right energies. So I found that if we're running around and trying to do a lot of work, and we're not in the right energies, what's the point? We're not in the flow with the universe, and it might even be resisting what we're trying to do, right? Because sometimes we're meant to like ebb and flow with the universe, as we say, right? So if we do this stuff like that we're into, whether it's like meditation, healing, manifestation, anything like that, you know, with these right energies, it's really amplifying whatever's going on, especially the moon energies right now. These super moons have been so close to the planet that it wouldn't shock me if they were really, you know, behind, we'll say, everything kind of shaking up the planet the past couple of months. So they're powerful energies. So, you know, really stay positive today. Think about what you want to see. I know we've had a lot of our plans derailed and we're inside and we have a lot of uncertainty. That is okay. Really put it out there, your hopes, your dreams, your inspirations, anything you would see for the collective. Me personally, I feel like we're shifting into different dimensions and learning how to navigate them based on our frequency, I always say, or where we're at. And as we're kind of going into these other dimensions, I anticipate that this planet will become more and more like an actual dream state if it wasn't already, right? If it wasn't already, it's going to become more and more kind of like an astral or a dream state. I mean that in a good way too, because I think we're supposed to be like instant manifesting like we would in the astral or navigating it like that. And I do anticipate that it could become more and more like some of our inner worlds, right? And things like that. If it isn't already, it depends on what you guys believe and are into, right? But we can learn how to navigate this experience almost like we would the other realm, or if you were in the afterlife, or if you were in a dream experience, or the astral, or things like that. All right. So it's becoming more dreamlike as we're getting lighter. Some of you guys are feeling that. Some of you guys are feeling, you know, maybe just a little bit tired. Sometimes you can't sleep good with the super moons. That is normal. Things like that. All right, you guys can find my link if you need me. I am here. I'm on YouTube this week. I know. I came to say hi and have coffee at least because I do miss doing videos, and it's part of me having my same spark. I like to get on here. I like to help. I like to maybe give you guys some insight on what's going on with the energies, how I'm using them in my life. I'm doing a lot of, we already did our spring cleaning and get organized, and I see that is the message for the collective right now. If you guys are in your house, it's perfect. You're meant to be getting organized with your life, getting it together fast, right? I mean this in a positive way. Do some spring cleaning. I was like getting rid of old clothes, maybe manifesting some new ones for the new season, right? Spring cleaning, things like that. Really do some cleansing. Make sure you guys are using sage, Palo Santo, incense. This is also a powerful time to be connecting with our ancestors, right? I know many are into have been into the spiritual for a long time, but I think the entire collective is about to get into the spiritual and in beautiful ways, right? And I know we all have our things that we're into, but like I said, the veil is really thin between worlds. So a lot of you guys are, let me see, having loved ones reach out to you. You're having, right, your ancestors, all different energies around you, and that's really beautiful as we're going up in frequency, and especially kind of during this time with where we're at this time of year. So that's really beautiful. I'm just going to throw it out there too. If you guys are thinking about loved ones that have died or crossed over, that means they're thinking of you too, and it's kind of like a two-way street right? When it comes to things like that. But just know that you're having a lot of love sent to you during this time, whether it's from your loved ones, your angels, your ancestors. You wouldn't even believe how, I know when we're in this experience, sometimes it doesn't make sense to us, but just how far you guys have come in this experience has done so much for the entire planet, as well as your whole family line now during this time. So we do have a lot of love being sent to us, good energies. All right, EJ Exiza. I know I'll be back on Facebook on Monday morning, I believe. Yeah, I know I'm in my timeout. It's good. I get lots of introspective, right? I'm gonna sit here and download all day, things like that. So for sure, make sure you guys are staying focused on the positive, right? Those are just kind of a distraction to us. Some of the things going on right now. What is important is your own spiritual ascension. What's going on in your life, your lessons. All right, EJ, Earth and Fire Dragon, works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. For sure. That's why I kind of do this too. I was, kind of thinking about it. The path of service is so powerful. That's why you see so many people that are trying to help during this time. Be nice to those people too, right? Right. People maybe sometimes don't understand that struggle on top of it while we're trying to do our lessons and trying to help others and be of service too. But everyone's going to shift to that place race ultimately that's on this planet during this time. So sometimes you guys are being drawn to like videos, light workers, other healers. Maybe it's just posts you're seeing on Facebook or following some of these people or watching their videos. That is powerful. It is part of your training as well. Right? It's part of your training as well. So you guys are being of service sometimes and you don't realize it. Sometimes literally just being alone, meditating, hanging out by yourself, working on healing yourself is your way of service. Sometimes you guys are like just bringing good energy into the matrix, into your jobs, whatever it is. You're for sure a grid worker though, so you're helping influence that grid. And I think that we can see how powerful we are as light workers when we come together and meditate, and it shifts the entire vibrational frequency of the entire planet and every person on it. And that is how powerful we are. So really just stay working on your energy because you are connected to this new grid, this crystalline grid, and that is really powerful. All right, Jenny, love it. Royal Blue and Gold Dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. And, you know, we went through a lot of really random lessons and experiences, especially as starseeds, right? I look at this almost like holographic, like a simulation, though, in a lot of ways. And so sometimes the experiences we had were programs, right? Like, let's pick this class, this lesson, this program. And it's kind of like if you watch the Matrix movie and they're loading in kind of like these simulations. And sometimes they don't make sense to us while we're going through them. But you've had extra training, and that is so that we can understand some of the situations on this planet, understand, you know, some of the things that humans are going through during this time. And, you know, some of those experiences were meant to wake us up and to remind us so that we could stand in our power and remember that as well. But it's part of the process. Let go of your past. It was about what you learned and what you took out of these experiences, not the experience itself. People get really hung up on that. Like, why did this happen to me? And they can't let it go. Not understanding that it's changed you as a person, and that's what this experience is about, that we're going through this transformation and changing on such a deep level as well. I'm really excited about where this year is going to take everyone. I know it's a lot of hard work, you know, going through this ascension process, but it's going to take us just somewhere so amazing and so beautiful. And I don't mean as in the material ever. I mean in who we are as people, our light body, where we're at energetically, things like that. So we're going through a really big transformation right now. Let go of the past. It's all about, you know, where we're headed, who we are today, who we are now. All right, Polly McLaurie. Fire Dragon. Burns up the lower energies around you. You're safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. And you know, this air energy is clearing a path for us, and we do have this Aries fire energy. And like I said, it's burning, it's burning our light body in such a way. It's burning off any negativity, lower frequencies. And I mean this in a good way. So you're going through a lot of kind of, we'll say, light body upgrade, third eye upgrade right now. For sure, be taking care of your third eye. I know I don't tell people this stuff to scare them, but this is serious. This is the most serious life you're gonna ever have of, you know, so many lives. And so this is serious. Like, we do have to do this work. Keep working on your third eye. That's like my best chakra. Keep working with it. Things like chlorella, turmeric, you know, herbs, vitamins, really good for your third eye. I love melatonin, things like that to really help your third eye. Make sure that you're doing things that are good for your third eye. Avoiding fluoride. We have this in our toothpaste, some of our water, right? Things like that. Really avoid fluoride. Try not to eat as much garbage, right? Try to eat more fruits and vegetables. And the best advice I can give everyone for your third eye, the sun. I think we really should be sun gazing, especially with having the need for more meditation now. I think that we should be like meditating in the sun, right? Sun gazing and things like that. And maybe we wouldn't have some of the health kind of issues going on that a lot of people are seeing on the planet, because it's really good for us. I think that a lot of people are vitamin deficient, that if we were to test like, we'll say 90% of the population, I'm sure 88% will be vitamin deficient. So I think that we're seeing that we're not getting maybe the same nutrients from some of our food-like products and things like that. And one of the vitamins that we are lacking would be vitamin D, I swear, right? And that's really powerful for our ascension. We're basically like plants, right? Talk about photosynthesis and us absorbing light and things like that. So usually a lot of people do feel better in like the warmer months. as opposed to if they live somewhere with no sun and it gets really cold and depressing or things like that. So make sure that you're getting some sun on your third eye. Really powerful for giving you downloads, helping activate you, helping upgrade you. All really go for your third eye. All right, Samantha Joan, I love it. I've been in my own little world, right? I've been in my own little world doing my usual. So I've been just kind of navigating everything as it is unfolding. You know, I do have a lot of, I always say this, concern with the transition that we're going through and just a lot of people on the planet not really being aware of some of the energy dynamics and things that are unfolding, and that there's for sure going to be a need for all of you guys to be assisting in some type of way, and that is our mission and our purpose here. So just see that it is kind of leading us to a greater mission or purpose, and that's kind of what's going on right now. So I'm always just kind of navigating this, but for me it's always been helpful to get on video and to talk about what I'm going through as well. And you know, even from doing that from the very beginning, a lot of people would resonate with that. And I think it is important that even if people are at different places and not resonating with the things I have to talk about, well, maybe we can resonate that we are all light workers and we're kind of part of that bigger whole and what's going on. So it's really powerful when we come together for sure, right? Powerful. All right, Rose Pink Dragon prepares your heart to connect in the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. And that really is the theme with this pink moon. I said love, literally. And we have a lot to do with self-love as well, and mastering self-love and how we'll say talk to ourselves, treat ourselves, right? Things like that, for sure. Keep working on your heart chakra. Always just be nicer to yourself, nicer to other people. It's going to be like the core of what all of this comes down to pretty soon on this planet too. We need to learn how to have more compassion and empathy for other people. And maybe, you know, people could be having a bad day we know nothing about, right? Maybe someone's having a bad day or having, you know, stuff go on that we don't really know about, or, you know, things affecting their vibration, or, you know, we don't even really know. So it's very important that we're opening our heart to more love and compassion. You guys don't need knowledge. You don't need to be taught anything. That's what your life did for you. But we need love, literally. That's what we kind of gravitate towards, and that's kind of what we need to do. So for sure, more love is the solution, for sure. We can't have hate and love, right? We can't have it, right? Like literally, they say if you're in fear or having a bad day, shift to gratitude, shift to love, because it can't exist in the same place. And people are like, well, people are getting angry. Maybe they're getting angry. Not everything is as it seems. For sure, follow the love. If you guys are having like a bad day sometime, why don't you try to really shift the focus to what is going good in your life? Because we have so many blessings and so much good stuff happening around us. And we know that's very Atlantean, that we need to focus on the positive so that we can help to multiply that and manifest more of that for humanity. So it's really important that we're focused on, you know, things that are going good, things we're enjoying in our life. What do you like to do? Do you have hobbies? Do you ever have fun? What would you be doing with your life? Things like that. So really focus on good things. All right, Zaz, good morning. Green Gold Dragon from Sirius brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. We have a lot of people that are having a lot of fear over technology right now, and I'm going to say that because I learned my own kind of lessons for some of this stuff. This is Ascension. This is the awakening. This is not from negative technology or bad people or things like that. What is going to unfold is very divine. It's all energy kind of based, and kind of the effects of a lot of these energies as well. I believe that we will transcend this version of reality, and that it's become outdated, almost like an old computer system, right? And then the newer model is coming out. I believe that we will move into a space that is actually more technologically advanced, but we're going to be in harmony with nature. Right? So the days of technology being bad for people probably are done, and that we're going to move into a space where people are, you know, not only realizing but cherishing that connection with nature, where the earth is healed again. A lot of you guys came from very galactically technological places, and maybe that's why a lot of you guys are okay at using Facebook or YouTube or finding these spiritual videos online and things like that. It goes to show you that, you know, you guys have kind of mastered using technology for good things too. So we have a lot of talk about how technology is bad, bad, bad right now. But, you know, I think that we're going to see an increase in technology, not the kind that we're used to. I think we're going to see free energy, and that we're going to see a lot of very high tech galactic healing things suddenly surfacing on the planet, like where we're gonna see literal like biometric kind of scanning, and where organs could be being made with third dimension with printers and things like that, and where our healthcare system right now is very barbaric and not really treating people. We've seen an increase of people sick prior to whatever's going on now, anyway. And I believe that with this awakening and this ascension, that it's going to bring out a lot of things that have been kind of, we'll say, hidden for a while. Like, like I believe there's a cure for everything. I believe the same people that would make a virus that could be unleashed in the collective already had a cure for it that they will try to sell people in about a minute, right? I believe that. I believe that the same people that have been making some of these illnesses also have been making the cures and things like that. So when it comes to our health and things like that, I believe that we're going to have every illness on this planet cured, obviously, and that there isn't a need for sickness and lack and poverty and the things that people have been struggling with in these third dimensional kind of levels of learning. We will transcend all of that, where everyone will be healthy, like I say, healthy and happy, right? Healthy and happy, and on this spiritual path, you know, healing, trying to understand themselves spiritually, coming together for learning, like nothing more important than the spiritual. So we're going to go through a huge kind of, we'll say, advancement in a lot of things where we didn't have a need for gasoline in these wars. And that's another thing where we're not going to see a war anymore. And that if you think about the budgets being spent on wars and how much money has been put into things like wars, that money could be being, we'll say, I think it is being rearranged into other things now. So I think that we're going to see like this entire paradigm shift that just continues to unfold with this awakening, but it's going to lead us to kind of these places. And, you know, that's all very galactic, where in past places people were really galactically connected and they had an understanding of using the ley lines of like, interdimensional travel. We can talk portholes, going to other realities. They had these kind of understandings. And when we look at these third dimensional systems where they're just trashing the planet, and if you want to talk about who's trashed the planet, I think it's a lot of the world governments. We can look at their, yes, exploding, blowing things up. We can look at their budgets, what they're doing. A lot of that comes down to that. And so I think that that's kind of part of the old, very service of self and serving corporations and serving people. And that since we're shifting into this service of other paradigm, it would look very differently, where everyone is taken care of and we're on some type of, you know, universal kind of systems, things like that. So we're going to see these massive shifts, not just within ourselves as these energies are coming in, but within the collective as well. And, you know, things could be chaotic for people. Just kind of trust the process. We're getting these individual lessons as they go. And, you know, getting into the spiritual is going to give you the tools to be able to better kind of deal with what's coming and what's going on with your life too. It's why we're being encouraged to get back to the spiritual. All right, holistic spoonie. Crystal yellow dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. More meditation. Best thing for your crown chakra. We're going through we're gonna go through a collapse of the material as well. We're gonna see we'll say a lot of shifts right now with the banks and the material due to this. I call it now. We'll say, oh wait, what do we call it? Medical martial law shutdown, right? That's the term that came out this morning in the news about it, right? From this shutdown, it's going to affect a lot of businesses and it's going to affect a lot of the material, but that's going to be needed to shift people out of that material reality and into a new spiritual one. So a lot of people are going to have to kind of get used to getting back to the basics and get out of, your lifestyle is too complicated or in excess, we're going to have to simplify, and this is going to be all about the spiritual. So just keep going. More meditation will really help you with that, with your crown chakra. All right, Marie Lynn. Silver Dragon. Illuminate your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. And, you know, we literally, we need to tap into our own inner power. Sometimes we get these really crazy experiences and we're feeling pushed or under pressure or not understanding what these experiences are for. They are to push us to go within deeper and to really tap into our inner power. If you guys have ever struggled, sometimes you see what you're about, or you've been forced to like right, to do something, or become unstagnant in some type of way. So sometimes we're feeling under pressure here, but it is so that we remember our power and how we have the power to manifest our way out of any situation, or to even create our path, or put it out there what we want, and the universe will do that for us. So a lot of this is to teach us how to, we'll say, tune into our inner power, for sure. All right, Susan Kalau. Source Dragon, attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. That's what I'm doing. People are like, where's Robin? Where's Robin? Right. Well, I'm doing my usual life. And so to the viewer that said they think my videos are negative talking about this, I'm good in my life. I'm good. But I've always had this deeper pull to try to assist the collective, though. So I've, kind of mastered these things with my life. And I have this deeper call to really try to assist the collective, because I do see where it's kind of headed with these abilities and things like that. So I'm really good. I'm feeling good. I love these moon shifts. So I thought I'd come share some good energy with you guys and maybe shift the vibe if you guys are stressed out or in fear. Things are not what they seem. I swear, I swear. So really just pay attention to the messages you're getting. That's what I was telling you guys last time, right? Because you guys shouldn't be getting messages like that. You guys should be getting reassurances, or everything's going to get better. Stay positive. But it is important that we're doing our part, which is something I've also learned on this path, that if we're just sitting around with a negative mindset, that's where we're going to end up, in those negative places. So it's very important that we're doing our part, which is trying to stay as high vibe as we can and staying positive. So if you guys are feeling like low in energy, lethargic, ascension symptoms, do something to shift your vibe. Dance around, put some music on. All right, so it's important that we're shifting our vibe today, for sure. Putting our vibe up higher. Do some things that are good for your vibe. Regina, I love it. Orange Gold Dragon from Arturius opened you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. And we did come here with impressive abilities from the future. We're going to get into these amazing abilities now, for sure. The more that we purify our energy and the better our intentions are, the more that we can tune into our own personal power, for sure. Some of the ways that we can really access these abilities, and that's what's happening. As these energies are coming in, they're affecting our DNA, they are activating us, we're mutating into a new organism, a light being, right? Literally everything about our physical body is changing. That third dimensional body, we're turning into a fifth dimensional, like, light body, light being. And I know it's a process, but we're coming into some amazing abilities too. The best thing to do, work on your third eye. I'm always saying that, right? For sure. You guys know I do things like Reiki, right? Third eye activations, DNA activations. And I think that's what this planet is going to need to get back to an energetic understanding, because there's a lot kind of going on around us. And so, I know I don't watch the news, but if I do see it, it's all really, really negative. And what I'm getting advised to on my own path, because I'm really tuned into these spirit messages, is that I need to, and I've always known this, get back to the stars. Let the stars guide me, right? So we have all of this kind of stuff going on in one place. And I think it is important that we're getting back to things like astrology, so we can see what's actually happening on the planet. So astrology, energy, things like that, our own intuition, right? Our own spirit messages. Tarot cards are real fun, right? These are a really good way you can get a message, either, from loved ones, your higher self, angels, things like that. So for sure, we need to be learning how to tune into the universe ourselves, because I believe that how we've been misled is kind of some of the information being presented through the matrix, the mainstream media, things like that. All right, Phil, good. I've been stalking you for a while too, right? We're going to collide for sure. Phil, it's really hard for me on Australia time. First off, I'm on America time naturally, right? And then it's kind of a hard time zone, but I'm going to catch up with you. Earth and Air Dragon. Represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced. Ground your visions. Manifest your hopes and dreams. You are multidimensional. You are navigating multiple realities and dimensions at once. That can sound complicated, but a lot of you guys are, especially if you're like going and working in the matrix or going and doing other things. So you really are kind of this anchor between dimensions, right? Literally between worlds. Maybe you're in a different world listening to me, and if you're at work or somewhere in the matrix, it might feel like a different frequency. It probably is. So you for sure are kind of going between worlds. You're for sure meant to be kind of bringing light into the spaces that you're going into for sure too. So you're naturally at a very high frequency, for sure galactic, right? For sure galactic. Some souls are vibrating on much higher frequencies just kind of naturally. So you're able to perceive more of what's actually happening. The higher frequency you have, right, the better you're able to kind of see what's going on. All right, Jenny, love it. Rainbow Dragon, this is where we are with this energy shift that we're going through. I was kind of describing it like a rainbow bridge, which is kind of like a portal to higher states of consciousness. So we are really between worlds, especially right now, as we're kind of, we'll say, navigating till Easter, this energy shift. All right, Rainbow Dragon brings a leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, accept opportunities. We have amazing things that will manifest. Yes, we have a lot collapsing with a lot of people in the old. And guess what? A lot of these people are not aware that there is even a new earth, or that there are other dimensions, right? Other dimensions, and that, you know, a lot of people are already anchored into the higher ones, waiting for the rest of humanity to join them. And so, you know, we're kind of navigating different experiences, and people are at different places, but stay focused on the new, where we're headed. Yes, if you look back, you know, things crumble. Your path is no longer needed. We need to really just stay focused on being in the present, the now, and where we're headed with this journey. Angie Banda, my favorite, dark blue galactic dragon, helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter a higher spiritual state. This is about us tuning into the universe and learning how to listen. That's why a lot of people are going to get used to spending some time alone right now as they're going through these quarantines, I suppose, right? That might be needed on the spiritual journey, though. Sometimes we get things that we need, even though we might not think we need them, right? And so we're going to learn how to kind of tune into the universe now. Pay attention to the messages that you're being given. They're just for you. All right. Michelle Moonlight. I'm just trying to have my coffee, right? I figured, I was like, should I go live? I'm kind of like, I can't really do the same, we'll say move around the same on here, but I wanted to at least come say hi, because people are like, are you okay? Where are you? I am great. I'm good. I just am having my coffee. I thought I'd come share some good vibes. I love the moon energies. I'm very lunar influenced. I've always noticed that, and I've noticed that some other cultures are really kind of into the same kind of ascension energies and shifts that we're into with all of this, and it's kind of familiar. So I really love these nature vibes, for sure. Make sure you guys are opening your windows, getting some fresh air, saging, right? Doing some spring cleaning. It's a really good time to make sure your space is good. All right, Michelle, Earth Dragon. Clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. Make sure you guys are staying grounded too. And, you know, I don't like people where they are like, well, you're not allowed to have a bad day, or you're not spiritual, or you must be bad or dark in these spiritual communities. And it's really important that we realize that there's a lot of people learning in one place, kind of going through different lessons. It is normal to feel fear or anxiety or be scared going through these transitions. Just release it if you guys are feeling that, right? I know that especially in America, people are really working through some of those emotions, right? So make sure that you guys are connecting with the earth. That can really help your energy in staying grounded. I'm not allowed outside here. I'm very quarantined. Thank God I'm not in a hot spot area, right? But I'm still quarantined like the rest of the planet, and so I don't really know what's going on either. I don't really trust a lot of things in the matrix and what I'm being told. So I am staying inside and kind of respecting that we're being asked to, but for sure I'm trying to open my windows more, get some more fresh air. I've been sitting in the window. I'll be sun gazing soon, right? So I'll be sitting here meditating, sun gazing, and getting fresh air, so we can still connect with nature, even if we're kind of like just doing it a little bit. Make sure you guys are getting some fresh air for sure. All right. Trisha Walker. Oh, I love it. Air and fire dragon. Like, this is where we're at too. We're in air and fire, right? With the elements. Expand your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. So it is easy for everyone to manifest doomsday scenarios. Yes, we've seen this in the past lives, even catastrophes, crazy stuff, right? I think that we can go to that easily, but I think it's time to get more creative, and that we need to create something beautiful and amazing. So I know a lot of people easily are being influenced by, we'll say, the media and what they're being told to create and things like that, but it's really important that we realize as light workers, we're the ones that are going to create this new reality. So just really try to stay focused on a, we'll say, better reality for everyone, right? Even if it's just your own reality, your own hopes, dreams. You know, sometimes we set those aside in life. I say life can be kind of soul crushing when we go through this process, and you start out as a kid with all of these hopes and dreams. And I know with our journey it was different, and we kind of got really slammed around and, you know, encouraged to kind of go deeper within this stuff, right? And so it's time that we kind of bring back to life those hopes, dreams, inspirations, and things like that. Those are, you know, the things that we're seeding into the new. So for sure, really focus on manifestation. This energy shift, I swear, is powerful for that. Even if it's just things you need, want, would love for the collective, all really powerful. For sure, help. You guys have amazing things that you're going to contribute, your own beautiful inner worlds. And I don't know why humans get so hung up on the negative and bad experiences, because you guys had a lot of good ones too. You have seen beautiful things. You guys have walked beautiful places. You've met beautiful souls. And I think that we get really hung up on, we're not meant to be learning together forever. A lot of the time we kind of go through our lessons and kind of go through the dance of life. But you guys have had so many good experiences, and you have brought the most beautiful inner worlds with you prior to this incarnation. And so you all have a lot to contribute to this new collective, or you would not be here during this time. All right, Haley. Golden Atlantean Dragon. You guys know I'm really into Atlantis and other past experiences because they're very important to our journey here. Helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. And we have the same gifts during these times. And a lot of people don't realize that we would have had abilities that we would have mastered and brought here with us. And we're kind of just tapping into these things once again. And a lot of that was we needed to be at a certain level of spiritual understanding, right? To be kind of working with these abilities again. So for sure, really just keep on working on tuning into your own psychic awareness. Like I said, things like detoxing are really good for that. We need to purify the body, our mind, and also on a spiritual soul level as well. So keep on working on that. But you're really empathic, and you have a lot of psychic potential. All right. Kelly Moore, good morning. Alpha Dragon. Harness, and I'm trying to see how many people. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help to manifest a new world. And that's what we're really working on today. That the things that we're thinking about are not just affecting us in our life. They're affecting the entire collective, right? And so we're all deeply connected, as well as sharing this collective. And so we're all kind of being influenced, and we can bring a lot of positive energy and healing to the collective simply through good intentions for that. Our intentions are really important, right? So it's really important that we have intentions to heal, you know, not just ourselves, but the collective during this time, things like that. We're helping more than we know. Emma Bagwell. Pink Dragon from Andromeda prepares all your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. And this is about all coming back to love, literally. Love with ourselves, love with our source. Really work on your heart chakra. I think it's a lot of the path of the feminine as well, that we're healing a lot of things from past lives. And once we've kind of mastered this life, that's a rabbit hole that we for sure will get led back into, because it's very much the journey of the goddess too, with healing some of these past things, lessons that we've been carrying for far too long, things that we need to release. The hemp mystic. Okay. Air and water dragon helps you to connect to higher frequencies, trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, express your inner song. For sure, we're going up in frequency, like I said, and so that's why sometimes it's taken the body a minute to adjust. It is normal for people to be having, we'll say, flu-like symptoms, or I call it light body flu. We call it Ascension flu, right? Ascension symptoms. It is normal as the frequencies are increasing for the entire planet that we're kind of going through, we'll say, a vibrational adjustment. This year will be very intense for a lot of people, because when we're done navigating this supermoon season, as I call it, we're going to have several eclipses back to back. And those are going to be kind of a powerful energetic reset for us. So we're going through a big recalibration on a physical level as well, and also on a light body kind of level too. So just know that if you guys are feeling like achy, right, headaches, even just tired, it's a big adjustment our light body is going through. So we're getting all this energy coming in. It is flooding through our chakras, our third eye especially this weekend. It's really, we'll say, upgrading our light body right now. So we're going through some huge upgrades, not just right now because we are, but this year ahead of us as well. And like I said, it's going to take us to a really good place though with, we'll say, our new body, right? Our new fifth dimensional body is going to put us more in that kind of space. We're losing density. We're becoming lighter and lighter too. So we're kind of going through this process. All right, let's see. I'm reading the comments. T. Fogwell. Love it. Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. And we really are crystallizing. We're turning into like literal crystalline diamonds. Literally. We're crystallizing, going through this process. So I see your comment about the sun. For sure. Get some sun. I was like thinking about the magical properties. We for sure do need some sun. That is the best antiviral there is. But I won't say that too loud, right? The sun, it has amazing healing potential. But we can also see that a lot of energies being streamed through the sun. A lot of galactic energies. Even, waves of solar energies. And it's really powerful in a good way for our body. It helps us with downloading. It will help activate your third eye too. All right. Cash Parlak. Hi. Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. So a lot of people are, not understanding why they may have been sent home from work or be asked to stay in this space. But this is so that a new collective can be born, and the old one is becoming outdated for us. And so in a lot of ways, when I hear the word quarantine, because I'm familiar with it in a galactic perspective, it can mean that we're kind of in this space of healing and we're not quite ready for our next timeline yet. We're a little early, right? We're done a little bit early, and so we kind of stay in this space and further heal while we kind of wait for the new as it's kind of being created. So use this space for healing. Just kind of know people are going through different things with it too. And so we're all kind of where we should be, but we're resting more, hopefully. Hopefully you guys have time to read a book, hopefully, right? Meditate, right? Things like that. So we are navigating a new paradigm, and we're going to begin to live differently, where I think that we're going to see a lot of changes to, jobs, the structure, things like that. All right, Jamie Nicoli, Green Dragon. Helps you tune to the secrets of nature. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence.